A typical weekend morning could be anywhere in the United States. Road racers summon their energy for the miles ahead. A pre-race shared excitement that is special in this sport. But today, the stakes are a bit higher. Actually, very much higher. It's the Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race in New Hampshire.
A fit employee, we've tabulated this. A fit employee who's self-actualizing and happy with himself or herself delivers better external service, which helps us grow the company, which in turn is a beautiful cycle so we can invest in races like this.
The fall summit of Mount Washington looms with a total elevation gain of 4,650 feet. Two break away early. Joseph Gray, closest to the camera, second here last year, and Eric Blake, last year's winner. Shannon Payne leads the women. In her first ascent here, she locks into a pace and doesn't back down. While the main field toils below, fierce clouds hit the summit, dropping temperatures to the mid-30s, with wind gusts to 35 knots. At about the 5-mile mark of the 7.6-mile race, Joseph Gray has opened 20 yards on Eric Blake. Gray is the first to see the extraordinary White Mountain Valley open up below. Shannon Payne has opened up a 60-second lead. Her only focus, the next step. You don't dare look beyond the next turn. The scope of the uphill task is not to be underestimated. Joseph Gray, first into the clouds. And first up the 22% grade that gets you to the finish line. Once above the tree line, the views are great, but the hill doesn't go away. Shannon Payne wins in the 5th fastest time ever recorded in this 54-year-old event. If you can still run up the final 22% grade, you can consider yourself very fit. And your reward, unique to this event, a treasured warm blanket. And let's not forget the medal to confirm your achievement. The Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race, because it's there and you are a runner.
Up next on Running, the program that showcases athletes in action. Away from the big city for this one. A mere starting horn just won't do the job at this starting line. The 55th Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. Favorites to the front of the line. Defending champ Joseph Gray likes the brevity of his number. Smile while you can, the hammer is about to drop. Racing conditions are ideal. Temperatures in the 40s with a light wind. To promote health and fitness, Northeast Delta Dental sponsors dozens of races in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. The highest peak in the Northeast, the true summit of Mount Washington waits, with a total elevation gain of 4,650 feet. You don't dare look beyond the next turn.
Tom, how you feeling?
Feeling good right now. I don't want to jinx myself though. See you at the top.
What's the key to success in this race?
Perseverance.
Two seasoned mountain runners lead early. Andy Wacker on the left and defending champion Joseph Gray, both of Colorado. Total race distance is 7.6 miles. There are no level sections. The summit awaits, and today, nature got up on the good side of the bed. Above the tree line, the field gets to reckon with the task at hand. Aerial footage courtesy Dragonfly Aerials. The White Mountain scenery is great, but will likely be savored on the way back down. Joseph Gray pulls away at the 2-mile mark and never looks back. You get dialed into a pace and a breathing rhythm and just keep going until there's no more hill. The average grade is 12%. Kim Dobson of Colorado knows the drill. She won here in 2011 and 2012. Safe to say, a steady pace is the only way to travel. The top runners here will compete in the USA National Running Mountain Championships later in the summer in Bend, Oregon. The World Championships will be held in September in Wales. No bands or cheerleaders to distract you from the relentless upward journey. It's a lonely ascent for Joseph Gray, and he wouldn't have it any other way.
One isn't wide enough.
That is something.
The event is a benefit for Coos County Family Health Services of New Hampshire and reinforces the commitment to the larger community by both Northeast Delta Dental and the Auto Road, which is privately owned by the Mount Washington Summit Road Company. Joseph Gray breaks the Northeast Delta Dental tape in 58:15, the second fastest time in the 55-year history of the event. Here at Mount Washington, you're on a time trial, just you and the mountain and your fellow runners. Kim Dobson takes her third Mount Washington crown. For days to come, your legs will remind you of the 22% grade over the final yards. It's a full test of mind and body.
He's the guy, he's responsible, he's a big sponsor out there.
While medals and trophies are nice, the finisher's blanket is something to treasure. Up here, over 6,000 feet, the colors are bright and enduring, matching the commitment the field makes when they pinned on numbers.
In the middle of the race, when you're thinking, oh my God, why am I doing that? It gets you that final energy to keep going, persevere, but knowing it's going for Coos County Family Health Services gets me through it. And ultimately, when you finish, you're glad you persevered and that you didn't quit. I would urge everybody, get out there, run, whether it's a local community 5K or whether it's a race like the Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. Get out there, wellness, fitness. That's the ultimate answer to the healthcare crisis, by the way.
Save the experience as you see fit. The Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. Because it's there, and you are a runner.
Central Park is long gone from the rearview mirror to the White Mountains in New Hampshire for one of the top road races in the country, the Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race.
It's incredibly unique because it is this iconic mountain highway that's been around since the 1861, and people have always challenged themselves on the road. And what's happening here is that, once a year we get this huge group of people that want to challenge themselves and take on the mountain. And it's the toughest hill climb in the world.
Two-time defending champion Joseph Gray knows what's up ahead, and there is no withdrawal plan. Kim Dobson is the two-time defending champion. After the first 100 yards, there is no level section. And once the cannon sounds, it's just you and the mountain. The highest peak in the Northeast, the true summit of Mount Washington waits at 6,288 feet. The event is a benefit for Coas County Family Health Services of New Hampshire and reinforces the commitment to the larger community by both Northeast Delta Dental and the Auto Road, which is privately owned by the Mount Washington Summit Road Company.
You think about what we're doing for Coas County. You love the people. It's great for the community. And I'll see you at the top.
For nearly 60 years, road racers have taken on the vertical challenge. Looking back to one of the early years, 1962, the race had already gained a reputation of testing you to the limit. 40-year-old Fred Norris leads and takes the win. His master's record of 104.57 would stand for 40 years. Number 1 is John Kelly, the 1957 Boston Marathon winner and twice an Olympic marathoner. No frills, just you and the mountain. This year, Joseph Gray again goes right to the front. He can only focus on the next bend and keep an even effort. Above tree line, the main field walks, shuffles, runs, whatever it takes to keep moving up. Aerial footage courtesy Dragonfly Aerials. Kim Dobson of Colorado is undefeated in 3 attempts here. Her style is simple: lean forward, pump arms, and have the carburetor wide open. The field gets strung out on the 7.6-mile course. All you can see is the next bend in the mountain, so just keep on trucking. Joseph Gray, across in 58.17, his 3rd straight win. There is no escaping the 12% grade. Kim Dobson, across in 109.34 for her 4th win here. She's 10th overall. The final grade is 22%, but it's short and sweet with the mountain behind you. Finally, a few cheers from the sidelines. Everything helps when your pulse has been maxed since the cannon sounded. Spectators love the action at the summit. Tom Raffio of Northeast Delta Dental has an honorable effort across in 2:05.04.
The most challenging thing about Northeast Delta Dental Road is in fact looking up, because there are various hairpin turns where literally there are people's feet above your head. So one of the techniques I use now is I just look down, occasionally look up to gaze to the beauty. That last bit is so steep, but everybody's cheering for you. All my friends were out there. You love to finish. You get that blanket thrown on you. You think, in my case, of all we're doing to help oral health, the Family Health Center at Coas County. It's a great sport, great connection between wellness, camaraderie, sport, and oral health.
The Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. Because it's there, and you are a runner.
This is all for Coas County Dental Health. Having fun while camaraderie, elite runners, and then the rest of us, it's all for a good cause.
times are meant to be broken. Anyone can run a time really, but like to win is really the main goal for me right now. Definitely want to come here and just kind of seal my legacy and get that 4th win.
There are 2 hairpin turns where you see people's feet right above your head. So one of my techniques now is just to turtle it up, look down, and candidly think of all the great camaraderie we have, as well as the money that we're raising for the North Country Dental Services. So I think you see with all the runners, whether you do it in 2 hours, 1 hour and 30, or 2 hours and 45 minutes, we all go through the same sense of euphoria at the end, and perhaps at times questioning ourselves in the middle, but we know it's all for a good cause and great camaraderie.